PCCD and OVS want to better inform and educate the field with the OVS Consolidated standards. Pennsylvania has long been considered a leader when it comes to these operational standards that are designed to maintain quality services and programming delivered by skilled advocates and staff. The standards are meant to be a guide to VSPs for best practices and excellent service delivery and ensure uniformity of service delivery across the Commonwealth. The standards provide the minimum expectations of victim service delivery and ensure professionalism of the victim's services field. PCCD and OVS has launched a series of recordings that will walk program staff through our standards. These will be short recordings up to 30 minutes in length, posted on PCCD's YouTube channel. The OVS newsletter will announce new recordings as they are available. A prior recording called Introduction to PCCD Consolidated Standards is available on PCCD's YouTube channel. PCCD recommends listening to the introductory recording if you have not already done so. This PowerPoint presentation will be recorded and placed on our YouTube channel for subrecipients to review as needed. Subsequent PowerPoint presentations will be created for each OVS standard. In this recording, we will highlight the Individual Advocacy Standard adopted by the Victim Services Advisory Committee, VSAC, in February of 2024. Programs who have PCCD as oversight entity will need to have an individual advocacy policy and procedure in place. Following this training, the program staff contact assigned to your grant can help answer individual questions about this standard in relation to your projects. Individual advocacy is any intervention to obtain information or provide active, visible support throughout criminal justice, juvenile justice, and civil proceedings. This includes protection orders, enforcement proceedings, and/or situations related to the victimization requested and on behalf of the victim. The Victim Services Program shall provide individual advocacy for the victim. Individual advocacy is an active process that can occur anytime after victimization. In doing so, program staff act to address any barriers that may prevent victims from speaking for themselves. This standard outlines specific expectations for individual advocacy. In the provision of this service, all VSPs shall be sure to understand the different levels of individual advocacy, including the wide range of circumstances and situations where needs are identified and steps are taken to benefit the victim. VSPs shall also be sure to update the intake as the client's needs become apparent or change. Individual advocacy includes linking the client with resources available and necessary to address the client's needs. With the client's consent, VSPs shall also advocate on behalf of the client, including communicating with resources on behalf of the client. Individual advocacy also includes accepting a client's decision regarding services, whether to accept and engage in, discontinue, or reestablish services. The Individual Advocacy Standard contains various practice tips which help illustrate the many ways victim service professionals can support and advocate for the victim. This includes everything from pursuing victims' compensation to providing legal assistance with protection orders to interventions with landlords, employers, and school administrators on behalf of the victim's children. There are additional expectations that apply to clients who disclose HIV/AIDS information. Individual advocacy is provided relative to HIV-related services when a victim believes the crime has impacted their HIV status. The VSP shall identify counseling and confidential and anonymous testing options for victims regarding their possible HIV status. See Confidential Communication Standards, Relevant Legislation section. The VSP shall also have a victim-centered HIV policy which addresses the following. A victim disclosure regarding HIV status does not require informing all members of the VSP. The right of the victim survivor to give informed consent to any test, treatment, or procedure. The right of a victim survivor to make an informed request for relevant testing of an offender. Additionally, there are expectations outlined in this standard where victims express a need for child care and/or adult-dependent care, as this need relates to criminal justice, juvenile justice, civil proceedings, and victim services. In these cases, the VSP shall ensure that individual advocacy is provided for victims where child care and adult-dependent care needs arise relevant to the victimization. In doing so, the VSP shall maintain a list of licensed child care and adult dependent care options available in the service area. The VSP shall also inform victims of the possibility of reimbursement of child care and adult dependent care expenses through the Victims' Compensation Assistance Program, VCAP. Please email or call the program staff contact assigned to your grant with any questions. Thank you.